So today's main goal is to take out the whole wiring loom, and we're going to make our own wire loom instead of buying one. So you can usually buy them online for around 70-80 euro, but we're planning on doing kind of a lot more bikes, so it'll be very good for us to know how to make a wiring loom from scratch essentially. This is the wiring loom, so it goes from kind of the very front of the bike, the lamp, the ignition, the kind of switch gear, the clocks, all the way along the frame to the battery, past the battery, down to the very back of the bike, the tail light and indicators, everything in between. So we're going to be replacing the factory ammo carb with a much more reliable and better performing Japanese carburetor. What we're trying to make is a reliable bike, so from the electrics to the kind of fueling. So we're going to do whatever we can to make that happen. A lot of the purists won't be happy we're getting rid of the ammo carb because they're kind of a staple on Triumphs, but it is what it is. So we stripped the loom all the way back.
Oh yeah, we pulled
so
the
it's
loom
all the way.
This is the loom here. There's a soldering iron and a loom. This is just the loom.
So it was up here.
It was fed the wrong way down the bike, wrong side of the spine of the bike here, the frame. It was fed on the right hand side. So the wiring was too short within the headlight shell. When you turn the handlebars, it would put strain on the wire, and some of the connections would not be very good. So we're going to do it the correct side. We're getting rid of all of this. This is all 50-year-old rubbish, and we're going to put new fresh cabling in from the start. Now, after going through the soldering, crimping, tinning, crimping, soldering, now we go to heat shrinking. This heat shrink has got glue in it, so it'll become one with the connector and the cable. Pretty amazing this. I always love seeing this shrink. So this is your lighting circuit. This fuse is for your lighting circuit?
Yeah.
Spent a lot of the morning wrapping and with this nice braiding. We're going to run some cables up the spine of the bike here, up the frame, that are going to terminate in the headlight. It's looking pretty good there. So that will go up there like that. So I bought this power supply so we can test things, and at the moment I've set it, it's a DC power supply, so it'll work on all the bike electrics. I've set it to 12.5 volts, 1.5 amps, and now I'm going to connect it up to this indicator to see that it works. And we turn the unit, the output on, so this will change, and then we have a light.
Ta-da!
Yeah, so this says that it's taken 9 watts or something, 0.9, whatever it is, 9 watts for that bulb. So this is a good way of measuring the draw on each bulb, so we can figure out what way to fuse the bike. Right, progress today is, was it day 3 on the bike? Or day 4?
I don't know, and now it's all a blur.
Day 3. We say it's day 3. So what we've done is we spent a lot of today redoing the loom on it, and we've been using this braiding here, which is really good stuff. High wiring, you know, so you know, the bike is shaking around and it's rubbing off the frame. It's not going to fray or anything like that. We've got this good heat shrink here on all these terminals. what we're doing with the bike is, from the battery we're going to go through this breaker system here, which is like a resettable fuse, and that's rated at 20 amps. So that's going to be mounted just there, like that. The wiring comes along the side, the spine of the bike here, up. And we've 2 bits of loom now. We have 1 bit of loom coming from all of the back area there with the fuses and that all comes out here. This will go into the headlight shell. And we've also got the loom coming from the switchgear that was already on the bike. It's not the original switchgear. That's going to come through here on this, again into the headlight shell. And the next day we're on the bike, we're going to terminate all of this wiring here. We're going to put a couple of relays in for the headlight just to take the load, because these switches here are not up to much power handling. We have the wires prepped here to go into the headlight. We have to extend these into the headlight. They're the original cables that were on the bike. And then the next thing we have to do is just finish off the rear light cluster there with the stop start or stop tail light and the indicators and a brake switch. So this is the difficult end, and that end should be a lot easier. Most of the time we spent today was just actually finding routing for the stuff to hide all the cabling to make it nice and tidy. You'd think on a motorbike that wouldn't be a difficulty, but because there isn't much room to mount things, it is a bit of a challenge. So you spend like an hour or two trying to route stuff, and then you say, no, that's not going to work, we'll try something else. But now we're in a good place.
Until next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock on.